Hey, this is Carlos GGS from Guitar Guide Secrets. Welcome back. I got a cool lick for you today we're going to work on, and it's going to be something pretty unusual. You're probably used to guys just getting on camera and showing you a cool lick and painting it out for you. Today we're actually going to create it on the fly. I'm going to actually create this lick for you, a solo lick in the style of Gary Moore, the great Gary Moore. I was first introduced to Gary Moore's playing not from his blues stuff, more from his heavy metal side. He actually had a hard rock, heavy metal edge to him, if you will. He went that way in the 80s for a while. If you listen to his album Corridors of Power, it's very metal influenced, hard rock sounding, and he's just got this really heavy tone that he used. Really some great, astonishing playing from him, and that's the thing I think I like about his blues playing even more, is that he imbued this ability of not just using the pentatonic scale, but he used the two notes that are not included in the pentatonic scale, the two that are included when you go to the diatonic scale, and I'll explain that in a minute. He added in those extra notes in his blues playing, which made it, I think, a lot more expressive. Not only was his bending phenomenal, but he always managed to have some really clever melodic things you just couldn't do normally with a pentatonic scale unless you were bending just really odd notes, to be quite honest with you. It would be very difficult to do if you weren't playing these notes normally. So what is the difference between pentatonic and diatonic? Well, really quick, before we get into the lick, pentatonic in A minor would sound something like this. Diatonic would add in two more notes to the scale, completing it so that it has all the notes. So that's all the notes of the A minor diatonic scale. Well, exactly what Gary would do, and to give you an idea what those notes are, by the way, it's the 2 and the 6 of the scale. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. You don't have to. That's the beauty of this lesson. I'm just going to give you the notes. So let's build this thing really quickly, okay? Let's zoom in and I'll show you how I do it kind of on the fly. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this in B minor, all right? I'm going to switch off my normal A minor leaning, and we're going to do it in B minor. And again, it's in the style of Gary Moore, so you can kind of get a feel for how his playing used to really work on a lot of different levels. It's going to be a little bit bluesy as well. So let's do this. So we're going to slide up the B string to the 7th fret, and we're going to go 7th fret on the E string, 9th fret on the E string, again with the 9th fret on the E string, and we're going to bend this one up a half step to the 10th fret. So release your bend. Then it's 7, 9, 10, 8 on the B string. Okay, so here's what we have so far. Again, slow. And we're going to slide away on that last note. Again. So we're going to go from the 7th now, this is the next part, the 7th fret to the 10th fret to the 12th fret. So it's 7, 10, 10 again, and slide this time up to 12. Okay, this is the second part. So first part again. And the new part. Now, after we do this, I want you to bend the 10 right up to the 12, right off the bat. So it's going to sound like this. Fairly straightforward. So here we go, all together. First part. And what I do with that is I release the bend, but I let the note fade out, which means a little bit of clever palm muting with your right hand and perhaps a little less pressure with your left hand to get the note to kind of fade off into nothingness. Okay? Kind of gives it a little bit of a ghosty feeling. And the last part of this lick, and I'm kind of putting some of this together on the fly, this last part I'm thinking should go something like this. Which is a little bit more traditional bluesy, but fits in well. So we're going to go 10th on the G string with a slight bend, probably a little less than a quarter bend. What you're going to do is bend that slightly, and then twice on the B string on the 7th fret. Okay, we're going to do that 3 times. And then we're going to do that last part. So again, 10th fret on the G, slight bend, twice on the B string, and you're going to do that 3 times, and then 10, 10, 9, 7, and you can pull off the sequence. And the last note is the 9th fret on the D string, which is a B, and that is the root note of this particular key. Okay? Again, last section. And I would slide away on that, because that was another Gary Mooreism, is you would very frequently just slide away from the note and let the echo kind of carry behind it and leave you with that feeling of, wow. Okay, so one more time, all together. And if you want to do up to speed, I would say that this is probably a good speed to perform this at. And you can find your own expression in there of where you want to put in vibrato. That's entirely up to you how you want to do it. And that's the important thing, is that even when we're playing something or emulating another great player like Gary, you got to put your own personality into it. Gary, unfortunately, is not with us anymore. Wish he was. It's a shame he's gone. But at the same time, what he would want us all to do is express ourselves individually on the guitar, not try to sound like Gary Moore. But if you want to emulate him and leverage that feel that he had, this is the way to do it, is take a lick like this, practice it, get it under your fingers, repeat it as many times as you can until you really feel like you got it, and then start branching out and doing different things. Which is basically a variation on the same thing, right? You know, all these could be made off of the same exact B minor, first position, pentatonic / diatonic position. So there you go, a little Gary Moore influenced lick for you. Kind of built that a little bit on the fly. If I varied it or flubbed anything in there, oh well. That's what guitar's about. It's having fun and doing what feels right at the moment, not always being ironclad, sticking to a particular way of doing anything. But at the same time, you do have to get consistency. So make sure you practice whatever it is you practice as perfectly as you can and as consistently as you can. If you do make mistakes, iron those mistakes out and make your playing truly the guitar God way. If you want more great stuff like this, please, by all means, go to the link down there, guitargodsecrets.com. That's guitargodsecrets.com, where I'll give you those secrets you want of the guitar gods, especially guys like the great Gary Moore. If you want to get my #1 practice hack that's going to get you better, faster, twice as fast, go there. Go to guitargodsecrets.com. I'll give you my special video report, and you can learn it right away. This is Carlos GGS from Guitar God Secrets. Live to play, play to live.